cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence.
What's up, good people, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I am your host, Comedian96, along with Freddie G, K Money, and Slash. Collectively, we are the Minded Men. I want everybody that's on YouTube to go out and subscribe and click the like button. Follow us on X at 52 Scott Podcast and on IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. What's up, good people, and welcome back to another edition of Think Thursday. Today's topic, football, NFL. We're going to be talking about the past top draft picks that came out. They came out top, maybe top 1 through 10, but they were just a bust. They came into the league. We thought, they were going to do all this special stuff, and then nothing. All right? We just predicted they would win this many amount of Super Bowls. But this list that I'm going to go over, it's from Bleacher Report. And the way they did it is real nice. So I got a little twist to it. The people that I'm going to name off, some of them you might even heard of. But I'm going to also name who the team could have gotten instead of that person that I'm going to go over. So with that, let's get into it. The first one I don't agree with. I do not agree with. And I think Bleacher Report does not either, because they do not have someone that they could have drafted instead of him. Bo Jackson. Y'all remember Bo Jackson for the Raiders?
Yeah, mm-hmm. Bo Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is a little fun fact I didn't know. He was actually drafted with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah. He's number 1 overall draft pick in 86.
1986.
Mm-hmm. For the Bucs. So that's why they're saying he said all that stuff that he did for Oakland. I guess he didn't play for Tampa at all.
Why didn't he play for the Bucs?
My guess is he probably got so the Bucs, they took him with the first overall draft pick.
And did he ever suit up for the Bucs?
No.
Why?
Because they gave him a football or baseball ultimatum. So he responded by choosing baseball. Then once the Bucs force-fitted their rights to him by failing to sign him, he signed with the Oakland Raiders. Well, they weren't the Oakland Raiders then. What were they? It was something else. LA Raiders, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many years between Tampa Bay drafting him to him actually suiting up for the Raiders?
Doesn't say here, but if any of you want to know, can y'all tell me? All I know is I just know Bo knows basketball, Bo knows football. Bo, remember those commercials back in the day?
Yeah, he knew every sport.
Yeah. So that's the only thing that I know that Bo knows.
So it's saying that he's a bust?
Well, yeah, they kind of. But he was,
Report?
on the Bleacher Report. But he's the very last one. And on top of that, I'm going to go into the next one, and you'll see where I'm going. What I'm talking about. On top of that, with Bo, they had no one basically better that would have been better than him, right? So I'm going into the next one. It's a linebacker, played for the Atlanta Falcons. He was the number 1 overall draft pick in 1988. I'm not going to tell you his name. What I will tell you is if they would not have drafted him, this team could have gotten Neil Smith, Tim Brown, Michael Irving, and Randall McDaniel. Anybody want to take a guess at this linebacker? He's a linebacker that played for the Atlanta Falcons. Number 1 draft.
Andre Bruce.
What? How do you what?
Hey, man, why would it be anybody else, man?
That's so funny. I never even heard. Now I've heard of Isaac Bruce. Are they brothers? Y'all know Isaac Bruce?
I have the
Andre
slightest
Bruce?
idea.
Now I remember Isaac Bruce plays for I think Buffalo Bills, wasn't it?
No, Isaac Bruce played for the Rams.
Rams. That's what it was. Yeah. So nah.
So here's the thing, though. You have to when you mention the players that they could have drafted, you have to understand that they may didn't have those needs at the time. So I heard you mention Michael Irvin and Tim Brown. Those are receivers. They may not have needed receivers at those times.
Yeah, that's
at
true.
that time.
You know what? Atlanta was balling out, but I want to say 88 to 92 that's when they had Andre Rison. It wasn't that during that time? Andre Rison.
I know Andre Rison and
Deion Sanders. Yeah, they didn't need that. You right.
Yeah. So
they didn't need no receivers. You right.
You
right. They didn't need no receivers. Okay, that would make a lot of sense. Okay, this quarterback, he was the number 4. Y'all probably won't know this, from 1982 for the Baltimore Colts.
Jeff George.
No, and this is who they could have gotten: Mike Munchak and Marcus Allen.
Okay, yeah.
That's way back.
Both of those are 2 Hall of Famers.
Yep.
One is Oilers and Marcus Allen Raiders.
Yeah, Art Schnitzler. He's the quarterback. He was the quarterback. He was overall number 4. I don't remember him.
Never heard of that.
Never heard of yeah. I don't remember. He was
Shit slur.
yeah, Schnitzler. Yeah, they don't have much on him. So that would make sense.
Art Schnitzler played like shit.
A Schlitz Lord Nichols Bull. Remember that Schlitz? Do they even make that beer anymore? This next one, now everybody's heard of this one. Everybody know who this person. The people that they could have had, I don't know them. Richmond Webb, Anthony Smith, and Ronaldo Tomball. You ever heard of any of them? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, this is Andre Ware. We're talking about Detroit Lions quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what? I will say this. He was in the wrong system.
Yeah, I would go.
He was in the wrong system.
Yeah.
That's what it was?
Yeah. That's what it was. He was in the wrong system.
Can you elaborate, explain, like, is it, like, was he more in a running system and he throws, or he's in a throwing system?
Well, you got to think, man, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they have Barry at that time?
Yep, Barry Sanders. That was in 1990. Yeah, Barry Sanders. Yes, they definitely had Barry Sanders.
And then, too, man, who was the coach? Wayne Fonts? Was Wayne Fonts the coach?
I think so.
So, man, if you turn the ball, turning around and handing the ball off to Barry, you ain't gonna be able to throw. Mm-hmm. So if you hand the ball off to Barry, you ain't really going to invest in receivers. I think they had Herman Moore at the time as a receiver.
I can't recall. But
And so I just think he was in the wrong system. Because you got to think, he got the Heisman Trophy for putting up them yards.
he was slanging the
and
ball.
slanging the ball.
Slanging the ball.
Right.
Yeah, I hated that. Like Ryan Fitzpatrick, they held him back a lot. They would never, but when they let him slang that ball, Ryan can get some touchdowns. That was one of my favorite quarterbacks.
Yeah, he gonna get you the same amount of interceptions too.
Yeah, it was a lot of them like that, but at least you threw. Brett Favre got you a lot of interceptions,
But he got
towards
you,
the end.
he got you a Super Bowl too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, true. I just think if you gave Ryan a little bit more time, just a little, because they ain't play Ryan until he's toward the end of his career. That ain't right, man. That man. But anyway, I don't get into that. Ryan was a beast, man. I'm sorry. All right, but
He's an overachiever.
going to another Cincinnati quarterback. He was the number 3 overall pick in 1999. Now, that was the year.
Jeff Blake.
How'd you know? Nope, not Jeff Blake.
Not Jeff Blake?
Not Jeff Blake. But look, they could have had Edgerrin James, Ricky Williams, Torrey Holt, Champ Bailey, and Javon Curse. I know all of them.
Well,
Was it-
His name is Achilles
Smith.
Keely
Yeah,
Smith.
Smith.
Yeah, you know what? I remember that because he came out with, I think, Donovan McNabb and all. of
Yeah,
them.
I don't even remember.
But here's the thing: who was the running back you named? Adrian James.
Edgerrin James and Ricky Williams. Oh, Ricky Williams is
But
a bust.
here's the thing though.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with the running back. Didn't they have Kajana Carter
They sure
during
did.
that time, and Kajana Carter he just got injured. So
Yeah. That was a good one,
they
though.
didn't really need no running back.
Nah, not at all. Here's another one. This guy was a cornerback for the Atlanta Falcons. We just got through number 3 overall pick in '91, and Eric Swan they could have gotten Eric Swan instead, or Herman Moore, and Kevin Pritchard. And this cornerback was Bruce Pickens. I thought he did all right. Oh, and you know what I'm thinking about? The receiver from
Man, it was a cold cornerback they could have got that year too. You remember Freddie G?
Yeah, Freddie.
He agreed with you.
Yeah, I
Somebody-
agree. Yeah. That right? All right. Oh man, that was funny. Yeah. Okay, Freddie G. I remember who hit me in high school and made me quit. Yeah, somebody hit me. Yeah, somebody made me quit in high school. I can't remember. I don't know.
You shouldn't tell that story, man.
Man, look. Let me tell you. I figured out football was not the sport for me. Yeah, when you get hit and it feel like the same whooping that your mama give you, that ain't my sport.
Wait, you get,
Yeah, I
get
see-
whoopings like that?
Well, the colors they were the same when my mama got.
I'm trying to
Never mind.
understand.
Don't worry.
Birds frowning around his head right now.
Oh man.
All right, on to the receivers. All right, so this receiver I've never heard of, but you never heard of the people they could have gotten, and this was the wide receiver. He was a number 2 overall pick for the Detroit Lions in 2003. They could have gotten Andre Johnson, our own Houston, Terrell Suggs, and Troy Polamalu, the bad Mau Foul. They could have got him. But they got Charles Rogers instead. Never heard of him. Y'all heard of him?
Nah, it doesn't say what the schools they're coming out of.
Again, when they a bust,
Now, what
they
team-
have a
what team was
very
that?
Detroit Lions. Yeah, it's a very talented wide receiver who misfortune to be drafted by the snake-bitten Detroit Lions. And you know, Detroit have always had that. They always had that bad luck bug. Them and the Jets. Them two teams, just throughout history, they've always had a bad luck bug. I don't know what it is. Now this next one, I've never heard of this guy, but I've heard of all the people that could have been drafted. Again, this is a quarterback from the Washington Redskins. He was the number 3 overall pick in '94. Anybody want to take a guess?
Number 3 in '94.
In '94. And they could have gotten Trent Dilfer, which is a bust also. Sam Adams, that's a beer. Johnny Morton, and Isaac Bruce. Now, that's the Bruce I was thinking. Yeah, Isaac Bruce.
Heath Schuler.
What'd you say his name was?
Heath Schuler.
Boy, you a little bad mo. I didn't even know who that was.
That joker, didn't he hurt his neck by scoring a touchdown, the headbutting the thing? And he,
No, that was him.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah, he jammed his neck.
Golly. Yeah, people always doing that, doing flips in the end zone and hurting themselves and doing that. Man, yeah. All right, another quarterback. Detroit Lions, it's starting to show here. They having bad luck, for real. I remember this quarterback. Detroit Lions, number 3 overall in 2002. This is an easy one. They could have gotten Quentin Jammer, Roy Williams, Dwight Freeney, Jeremy Shockey, and Albert Hainsworth. Oh, what a hell of a list for this number 3 overall pick in 2002. Any guesses? Quarterback? Any guess? Joey Harrington.
I remember Joey.
I remember that last name because it
He
didn't fit.
stayed hurt. Something was wrong with his shoulder.
Yeah, that was it. That Harrington, his name would be always stuck up under that shoulder. His whole name. Only reason why I remember him.
Wait, so he's playing with a hurt shoulder?
That's
Is
what
that
it was.
what's happening?
I think injuries got him though. That's what I'm saying. No, he's speaking of shoulder of how he's able to recognize. He's talking about how their names be on the back of his jersey, and it took up the whole back of his jersey. That's what he was saying. What I'm saying is that I think he stayed injured a lot.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think that's what it was. You all right? All right. Anyway, do y'all remember the Saints? Jonathan Sullivan, Detroit, number 6 overall pick in 2003. I remember Jonathan Sullivan. He's the defensive tackle. Now he must have been good because they don't say too much about him. They just said the 2 picks that were used on him were Bryant Johnson and Calvin Pace. They don't have much on him.
You said he must have been good.
He must have because they don't have anybody.
Why would he be good if he's on your bus?
Yeah, he's
list?
on a bus list.
Okay, so Bo Jackson, they had no one. They say, okay, we could have taken, like I've done with the other priors. They saying, hey, I could have taken this person, but instead I just told this guy that busted. You get what I'm saying? They don't have anything for this guy as well, just like Bo Jackson. So I'm assuming because Bo Jackson was good. I don't. That's why I don't understand how he made the bus list. I'm trying to figure it out. But I guess it's the name that got me. I guess.
Do you remember who Bo Jackson was? Right.
Yes.
He made a name for himself. Do you know the guy that you're speaking of now? Have you ever heard of him?
Nah, I haven't.
If he was good, you say he must have been good.
Well, I mean,
if he was good, you probably would know his name, like we know Bo Jackson.
Okay. Well, look. Okay, we don't talk about.
It's true.
Okay, we don't talk about Taylor a lot. The linebacker always wear them earrings. We don't talk about him, but we know he was good.
What?
Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor. Yeah.
What do you mean?
We don't talk about him every day and all the time.
That's because he's old.
He
We don't talk
play
about
no
Walter
more.
Payton.
But
You
this
don't
dude old too. He got drafted in the night.
Man,
I forgot.
Lawrence
Taylor got
Taylor
drafted.
is
Yeah.
Lawrence Taylor is the model linebacker, meaning that everybody is compared to Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah,
So-
that's true. Yeah. My bad, Lawrence. You know you're going. All right.
Birds.
Pretty much.
Speaking of Lawrences, we got a running back, Lawrence
Phillips.
Yep,
I
St.
knew you was
Louis.
gonna say that. That dude pissed me off.
Oh yeah, but can you elaborate? Because they don't say much. They say there are many reasons a
He was
player
getting
can-
in trouble with the law.
drugs. They
He
said
was getting in
drug
trouble
problems.
with the law.
Yeah.
Him and Maurice Claret. Them jokers.
Oh yeah, I remember
Ohio
Claret.
State.
Oh, I remember Claret. I thought he was
Them
gonna
jokers
be
get in
cold.
trouble. Them jokers get in trouble with them laws, man.
I forgot about Claret, man. Him and then the guy that killed his wife, not wife, a girlfriend, Ray Caruth. Yeah, I just knew he was gonna be. Yeah, but again, I'm not saying he was right.
First of all, man, you gotta what constitutes as a bus? Because I would think that anybody in the first round would be drafted in the first round. You can consider them bus, but anybody that's second round and below, you can't really consider those people bus. All of those people, if you know who they are in the second round or below,
Right.
those people would be considered overachievers, in my opinion.
Well,
Now, them first round draft picks, especially the top 10,
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I
say
said,
top
yeah, yeah.
five.
especially the top 10,
Yeah.
they'll be considered bust. But if you're in the first round, if you drafted the first round, I can see how people can view you as a bust.
But second round, no.
round,
Yeah.
all the way to the seventh round,
Yeah, I feel the same way about that.
if people know who you are, you kind of overachieving.
So okay, look at it this way. Right now the world knows. And next week we'll be talking about NBA bust. But I'm gonna use this for example. You know Angel Reese and you know Caitlin Clark, right? They come out, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be top 1, 2,
They've
right?
already been drafted.
Okay. Well, so if they were the bust, and I pray they don't because they're some good players, right? If they were the bust, then
Mitch McConnell.
I got the Mitch. I got the Mitch.
I don't
Yeah.
understand what you're trying to say.
I got my Mitch moment. Let's just go on over to let's go back to Quentin.
Birds.
All right, this linebacker for the Indianapolis Colts. Finally, we went to Detroit. Man, y'all got the blues. Y'all got this list. Y'all.
Here's something that you should have figured out with Detroit by now.
Mm-hmm.
When you say Detroit got the blues,
Mm-hmm.
it should tell you any team that's always picking high in the draft,
Yeah.
damn near every year,
Yeah.
they've been sorry every year. Meaning that the draft picks that they've been drafting the years before,
Just
those draft picks aren't panning out
Ain't
because
working.
they're putting the product on the field,
Right.
and y'all still drafting high.
Right.
So those that should tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been rebuilding, had been rebuilding for a minute.
All right, so
Starting over.
I'm gonna leave this list, and I got my own personal. Even though he does, I've seen him do broadcasting. My personal one was the Redskins quarterback.
Joe Theismann.
No.
Griffith.
Yes, Robert Griffin III.
okay.
That was my bust. I heard my. I just knew. But he kept getting hurt too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his ankles,
his
ankle,
knee.
knee or ankle. Yeah,
knee injury.
Yeah. Anybody? K Money, you got a bust?
Yeah, I got a couple of them actually. Johnny Manziel. Yeah, I thought he was a bust.
Yeah, he was.
He was a bust.
They hyped him up.
Oh yeah, I forgot. When you said Johnny Manziel, never mind.
No, what you? I had.
Animal scared the shit out of me. Just
I went
then.
all the way back to Joe Theismann, and I was like, in my head, I was like, what is he talking about? But I was thinking Joe Theismann in my head, so you know how my head be doing. My bad. Freddie G, you got any bust?
My bust would be Jamarcus Russell.
Big bust.
That
right
was
there.
a big bust. Golly, I forgot about Jamarcus Russell. That was a good one. Do you see if you could take us on home Slash? You got a bust that the listeners may have forgotten about?
Man, you know what? It's a couple of them, man. I would say, bro, just on the cool. Tim Couch.
Oh yeah,
Quarterback for
the
Cleveland
interception
Browns.
king. That's
Yeah,
what I call
yeah.
him. The interception king.
Number one overall. bust in
The
19
number one interception king is
in
what it was.
1999, you know. So, yeah, there it is.
Oh man, that
you
was
know.
fun. All right, listeners, if y'all have anybody that we might have missed or y'all might have thought about NFL, let us know, man. Put it out in the comments, and join us next week as I talk about the NBA. Peace. This concludes our show for today, and if you haven't done so already, follow us on X at 52 Scott Podcast, also IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. Also, like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Black Friday.